All right. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
We got a special guest today. Today's going to be some fun.
Honored to be here.
We got all the way from London, we got Elkan in the room. He's one of the most popular, well, from what I've heard, from what I've been hearing, one of the very sought-out, most popular sample print makers out right now.
Thank you, man.
He recently got a placement with Metro Boomin, the track Metro Spider on his new album, which is personally one of my favorite ones.
Thank you, man.
He's also produced songs for the likes of Tory Lanez, Russ, Sofago, and countless others. So if you'd like to give yourself a little intro, let them know a little bit about yourself, who you are, for the people who don't know you.
Well, my name's Elkan. I'm a sample maker based in the UK. Started making samples around like 3 years ago. I started off producing. Then I took an Eli Brown class. And I remember a lot, like in the community when everyone was taking Eli Brown class.
Yeah.
So I did a class with Eli Brown and never looked back. So he really opened my eyes to see like what samples could be.
Yeah.
When I started making samples, I really wanted to push the boundary.
Yeah.
The sample like Spider or like, the Dead or Alive sample. I really love the vocal samples.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't really hear it at the time. So I just did it, So yeah, that's a bit about myself.
Crazy. Yeah, and kind of a full circle moment, I guess, right now. We're in Toronto. Is this your first time in Toronto?
First time in Toronto. I'm telling you, I love this place. It's amazing here.
Crazy.
So many creatives and so many people, and it feels like London.
Really?
But for me, if I was to say which is better, I would say Toronto. So I met up with most of my friends like Zipatano, Ace G, Anton Walters,
Nice. Crazy.
It's nice seeing them like in person.
Yeah.
Even cooking up in person is way different than online because the energy, the vibe is right.
Yeah.
And probably today I'm going to be breaking down some of the collab samples I have with Kabali and other people. But yeah, I feel like collaboration nowadays is key, and I feel like it doesn't get like talked about a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Collaborating with people. I remember Mike Will Made It said that you don't get extra Grammy for doing it by yourself.
Yeah. Fact.
And that really hit me. I'm like, wow. Like people are scared to do 2-man, 3-man samples, and it's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Just make music,
Yeah. How did you like really get into sample making? Would you say that like Eli Brown sample class kind of like really changed the whole perspective? Like, you said you were getting into beats. Were you making a lot of beats at the moment, and then did you like fully switch into sample making?
I'll take you through the journey.
Yeah.
From the start,
bring us through.
right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw FL Studio was when I was around like 8 to 10, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact age, but I remember one of my uncles he's an artist. One of my uncles is an artist in Sierra Leone, in Africa, because that's where I'm from.
Okay.
He came to England and lived in our house.
Yeah.
And I remember him just opening up like, yo, this is FL Studio. I make songs in this. I was like, oh, I wasn't really interested at that age. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
But after that, a couple years later, called my uncle up. He's a house DJ and an actor and so forth. And he made a song called Bad Man. And I was like, oh, this song is crazy. How did you make it? And then he said, oh, I used GarageBand. And I asked him, how do I get started?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you can download GarageBand. I downloaded FL Studio, the demo of FL Studio.
Yeah.
And just started making beats, right? After that, I was making beats for a while.
Yeah.
Kind of like didn't have any direction.
Mm-hmm.
Then I see Eli Brown on Twitter. He posted a sample. It's like a gospel sample. Yeah. Like one of Eli's very good at making the dark R&B gospel sample. And I was like, wow, someone made this? It's not like a sample. Then after that, I just hit him up, say, yo, I asked him about the class. And I'm so grateful to him for like allowing me, like teaching me,
Fair.
And there's more of the fact that, and one thing I would say, like advice, a gem, was that it was seeing him make a sample in front of me, tore down all the walls of like, you need this VST, you need blah, blah, you need, I get it, you need all of this stuff. But seeing him live cook up from nothing to a crazy sample, I was just like, wow, this is possible.
Yes.
So after that, a couple weeks after that, one of the first samples I made was the Tory Lanez sample of Jokes on Me. Yeah. So that sample came about, and I remember the day I was in sixth form in the US. It's like high school.
Okay.
So I was probably in grade and 12 like conversion. And I remember waking up and checking my IG, and Eli was like, "Yo, is this your sample?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my sample." I was like, "Dang!" Then I was late for school. Then I was like, "Dang!"
That's
You know.
crazy.
So ever since then, I haven't looked back. And yeah, but one gem is definitely like, don't limit yourself, and don't allow your doubts and don't allow standards to stop you from making the music you want to make.
Fire. Yeah, that's crazy.
One of the surreal moments in my producer career, one of the like dreamlike moments was meeting like Rio and Nick Mira and Taz.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, when they were in London, I met up with Rio.
Okay.
And we went to studio with an artist called Richard Mary. It's like Fanta Money. But it was just so surreal being like, I grew up producing, watching these people. And even meeting Ocean for the first time.
Okay.
I was like, bro, like, you're way taller in person.
Yeah.
You know, he's taller. I think he's taller than me. But yeah, it was just nice meeting like all the people I've met along the journey, who I've followed and I've looked up to.
Yeah.
Meeting them, it's just like inspired me, and they're like, yo, I can be a big producer. I can be like a Timberland, I could be like a Frank Dukes, you know.
Facts.
And one sample I'm gonna break down today was just a jam session I had.
Yeah.
Then the switch up on the sample was just, I just accidentally, I just left it playing, and it accidentally played into the jam session. I don't know.
Oh, it sounded fire.
Whoa, that's it. That's it right there. You know?
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. So that goes to show what you're saying.
Okay, I have the next sample. Cool. Let me play the sample in its entirety.
Oh, this one's crazy.
Basically, the sample just skips to the end of the sample.
It's amazing.
So, this sample was such a surprise. Still, we started off with this, chords,
Fire.
all from the Rev 2. There's barely any processing on this, just reverb and low-hi and room. Then after that, Bali left the room for some reason. Then then I laid down these vocals. Basically, this
It's just killing me that they're like so like R&B vocals, and he's like, Bali left the room, and I had to lay down these vocals. Like, all of a sudden, I got all emotional. And,
So this lyric, like the lyrics from the sample, were derived from a voice note idea I had
Okay.
for a sample
Yeah.
that I just never finished. Like, it was just a, if your love is true, I can't tell, is it true, is it fantasy? But yeah, this is the vocal.
Time will tell if your love was true. I can tell. Is it true or is it fantasy?
So yeah, I had this, I rendered it out, reversed it, and chopped it and I pitched it, right? So that, after that, I came up with this. So this is just a chop, like, you can hear the, if you're, yeah. So the chop of this, so the synths are in the background, but it's like reversed, unreversed, reversed, unreversed. So it's if your part, so if your love is true in the original vocal.
I hear that, yeah.
Yeah. Then I had, this section. That's just a vocal from the original vocal that I pitched up. So if your love, right? That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
Oh, wrong one. Here we go. So that's how it sounds. And no processing on it because I already processed it before. Then I added, what's this? Oh yeah, I took out the bass. I didn't like the bass. Then me and Kabadi stacked our vocals, like we recorded at the same time and came up with this. So it's if your love. So we really like if your love is true, if your love is true. like in the original sample, I say, if your love is true, I can't tell is it true or is it fantasy.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to bring that back, the nostalgia of that element. So we're just adding upon the original. You feel me?
Yeah.
Again,
Like
so,
you said before.
yeah. I just pitched up one.
It is beautiful.
For processing, Echo Boy, EQ, micro shift, and play. We don't put. I don't know. I realize that like autotune kind of ruins your vocal.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like
I heard you saying that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying you can't figure it out.
no, I can't figure out autotune. I don't sound good with autotune.
Yeah.
Like
Well, your
I tried.
sound amazing. Like just.
Thank
like
you. So yeah, but
You said you took vocal lessons growing up.
Yeah. I took vocal lessons. I took speech lessons. That surely didn't work because you had one, so didn't work, man. Get my money back.
What's crazy is that, like, I mean, I don't know. I never really thought of it like in samples, but like hearing those voice recordings sound like you don't have an accent. Like, do you ever?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I sound American when I sing. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand it. Like I can sing with a British accent. There's a song called Boil and Bubble.
Yeah.
On one of my packs. I'm like, double trouble, boil and bubble. You know, that I can do the American accent. But when I'm singing like on samples, I try and do like the American. I don't do it like
You know,
purpose,
yeah, it just had.
but it just happens. Like, if your love is true, like
Yeah,
that's
that's
for
crazy.
British. But you know, then after that, we wanted to ground the sample because right now it didn't have. This is what it sounds like as is. So it's kind of it needs chords that will go behind it. You know. Okay. It needs chords will go behind it. So we came up with these. Kawhi came up with these chords on the Rev 2. The simple triads. Simple triads. Then this lead.
Mix it.
And this lead. So that's how it starts together. Then we added this, the synth bass.
Fair.
Basically it. Then in this section I just pitched the synth down 12. But yeah, that's basically it.
That's fire. That one's great. Let's go to. I guess the next question would be like, what's one instrument or like VST plugin that you're like constantly using right now, and like if you had to give a shout out on one instrument plugin and one kind of effect plugin, what would you?
Instrument plugin. Anything from Arturia, man. And the loophole banks. Loophole's crazy. We all know the loophole's crazy. And also like my banks, like the company, I started a sample company called Ain Sounds, and Kill September Bank.
Kill September?
Yeah. And effects, Clevgran, the Clevgran bundle.
Yo, crazy.
Degrader.
Soft on.
Degrader is source. Degrader is source, man. Like,
yeah.
I love like the bit crusher, the bit crushing in it.
Yeah, I have one from them. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, they're a sick company.
They're sick.
They make some sick stuff.
That's it. Finding a community, that's another thing. Finding a community when you're starting producing is very important because surrounding yourself with like-minded people motivates you and also makes you want to be better. So it's sort of like a friendly competition between me and Seth.
Yeah.
Like I would make a beat and he would make a beat and I would make a beat. And we were just having fun, you know? And we bonded over to other stuff like I remember listening to like music back then, like Young Gravy.
Yeah, okay.
And we were like, hey, this was like what, like 2018?
Okay.
Like 2017, 2018?
Funny. Speaking of Collective, how'd you get into like the whole Rucker?
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah.
Basically, it's funny, man, how God works, man. Basically, what happened, I was doing a beat battle, right? I was doing a beat battle.
Just like on Twitch or something like that, Discord, something like that?
It was on IG.
Okay, cool.
There's this guy called Aaron Cole, an artist, a Christian artist, and another guy called Caleb Mitchell. They're both Christian artists.
Okay.
And they're doing beat battles, right? Every day at 4 a.m. in the morning, I'd wake up, get on IG Live, I just spam in the comment like, yo, add me. I know. This is when I first started making beats, you know? Yeah. Couple months after I started making beats. And finally, I go to this, like the finals against a guy called It's One Tell.
Okay.
So I play my stuff. I get in. Sometimes I'll get in and get knocked off. Like,
Oh, really?
John Blue, who was signed to Rucker at the time, still signed to Rucker. He needed a talkbox player. He posted a story. He needs a talkbox player. So I send him the profile of the guy being the beat battle.
Yeah.
they start working, then John Blue just messaged me heavy because I was like, oh, I put it on someone without like asking for stuff. Because in the industry, like it's like a lot of like take, give me, take.
100%. Yeah.
He didn't even know I made samples. I posted a sample in my story. He said, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
He said to Cass, who's the founder of Rucker Collective.
Yeah.
Then ever since then, it's just been raps. I just signed with them and we just made packs. And I'm so glad I did that because like Toy Box, it pushed me. Like being surrounded by all these amazing composers and sample makers pushed me further to like unlock new bags. Like,
For sure.
Try and do something completely different to what I was doing at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
So going into that, so I guess like you so you're making stuff with Rucker, and then how did they like sign you right away? Like what do you mean by sign or something?
No, it was like obviously business has to be proper, you know?
Yep.
So yeah, like at the time I was part of the collective, assigned to the collective, and there's just like a distribution deal with,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Elkan, plug whatever you want, plug whatever you want.
I don't plug anything.
Plug it up.
Keep creating.
Keep creating. That's it. And wait, before we go, do you have anything special in the next few months that you kind of want them to? You kind of want them to.
Me and Bardi are working on a pack, man. These samples that we played, I broke it down. They're gonna be in the pack still. But it's because if he fumbles, yeah, we're not gonna get like. But yeah, we're working on a pack. We're working on something special for you guys. So.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody. We'll talk to you guys next time.